So today we're gonna be installing browser use and testing it locally on my MacBook Pro. Alright guys, before moving on to the main content, let's make a deal. I'll keep bringing this valuable information for you for free here on YouTube every week. And in exchange, I only ask that you click the subscribe button below. This really helps me a lot, okay? Let's do this together. Thank you. Alright, so we have the repository of browser use here on GitHub. As we can see, it's quite popular. 43,000 stars. Okay, browser use is the easiest way to connect your AI agents with the browser. All right, they have a cloud version, but we're gonna try the self-host version. Okay, so we need a newer Python version than 3.11. All right, we're gonna use pip to install it. We're gonna need to install Playwright as well, and then we can spin up the agent. We're just gonna need to inform the OpenAI API key here. They have documentation in case we need, and then we can test it with a UI repository like Web UI, or we can just run the Gradio example that they have inside this repository in examples Gradio demo. Okay, and here are some of their own demos. So let's try to run this thing. All right, so now we're gonna clone this repository. All right, and now to install it, instead of running this command, I'm gonna create a virtual environment to isolate this project and the dependencies from the system dependencies. So we're gonna run this command to create the virtual environment. Good. Now we're gonna run this command to activate this virtual environment. As we can see here, it's activated. And now we're gonna run that command to install the application. Okay, it's installing, it's downloading. Like that packages. Okay, good. It's installed. Ignore this message. It just says that my pip is outdated. That's fine. And now we're gonna run Playwright install. Let's see what happens. Okay. Downloading. Good. Okay. All right. It's installed. So the next step, I've opened here the project on Cursor. The next step would be I'm going to rename this .env .example to .env, and I'm gonna pass my OpenAI API key here. So going back to the project folder, now I'm gonna install Gradio so we can run one of the examples. So I'm gonna run pip install Gradio. Good. Okay. It's installing. Good. Okay, Gradio installed. So now if we want, we can come here and we can go to the examples, and we can see that there are a few examples here, but the one that we want is UI Gradio demo. So let's try to run this example and see what happens. So we're gonna come here and run that example. Okay, nothing is happening. Okay, running. Okay, maybe I need to visit this website here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this local URL here. Let's see what happens. Okay, so here for some reason it's asking for the API key again, which we're gonna do it. So here we go. And the task description, maybe we can use exactly this: find flights from New York to London. Run headless. Okay, let's see what happens. It opened a new browser. It's okay. It went to Google Chrome, to Google. Okay. It opened Google Flights. Okay. It's looking for the flights. Did it finish? Did it finish? Let's see. No, still didn't finish. I don't know if it's still running or not. Processing. Let's see the logs. Okay, so here we have the steps. Extract flight options, airlines, times and prices from the page. Okay, it seems like it's still running. Okay, completed, successful. And okay, this is not a great output. All right, let's try something different. Instead of checking for this output, let's check for the console. And I've changed the description a little bit. So we're gonna ask it to find direct flights from New York to London for tomorrow. Return only the time of the flight, company, and the price. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so here we have the browser opened. Here we can see, okay, it's opening Google. Okay, it's asking for direct flights from New York to London for March 14th. Great. Here we check the steps. Third step, success, search query inputted successfully. Okay. Fourth step, okay, are visible in the search results. It opened, okay, it finished. Let's see. Okay, here we have it. So as we can see, the output here is not the actual output, but these are the complete logs. So here we can see United Airlines, 7 hours and 15 minutes, and this is the price. So yeah, amazing, amazing. It works. Wow, this is incredible. All right, so this is the Gradio demo. Okay, let's see the Streamlit demo, which should be very similar. Let's just quickly check that out. So I'm gonna stop the Gradio demo and I'm gonna run, I think this will not work because I'll probably need to install, but let's try Streamlit demo. Yeah, right. So we're gonna install Streamlit. Good. And let's try to run it again. See what happens. Run it, Streamlit, run arguments. Which arguments are these? Let's see. Okay, so apparently the command to run the Streamlit is a bit different. So I need to run with Python -m, Streamlit run, and then the path. Let's see if this runs it. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna go to our local host here. Yeah, here it is. Go to Reddit and search for posts about browser use. Run agent. Let's see what happens. Step one. Stuck on step one for some reason. Okay, it went to Reddit. Okay, we have the steps here. Success. It's not showing the steps here. Failed. It's not doing anything. The steps are here, but it's not doing anything. And here we don't have any logs. Yeah, for some reason Streamlit is not working. Let's see until when it goes, until it gives up. Nothing. Continues. And the annoying thing here is that every time it tries to execute a new step, it automatically scrolls my Mac OS space to the headless browser, to the browser. So I'm not doing this. So I'm checking the console here, and it automatically scrolls the space. So this is quite annoying. I don't know if this is specific to Streamlit or if it is for Playwright. Sorry, for Gradio as well, or if this is the Playwright behavior. But yeah, I'm not gonna wait for this any longer. Apparently it got into a loop, so I'm just gonna stop this. So yeah, there you go. Streamlit is not working somehow. All right, guys, I've tried to run another example, this online coding agent, which is inside use cases. And this is supposed to implement a multi-agent system for online code editors with separate agents for coding and execution. I'm sorry, it's opening the browser automatically. So this also didn't work. Somehow it managed to open this sandbox, but it doesn't, somehow it can't add the code here. I don't know. The steps are here. It just repeats the steps to input the code, and again it gets into a loop and it doesn't stop. So yeah, I know that browser use is very experimental right now, so we can see that it's still buggy. Many of the examples they don't work. But this is definitely very, very interesting. I'm going to be trying out more of these and try to come out with some custom use cases to do some of my own tests. And then I'll keep you posted on how this goes. And I also want to show you guys that it can be a bit expensive to use ChatGPT for this. So just these few minutes of test that I did spent $1. So imagine if I spend like a whole day testing and trying this out, I'm quite sure that this could easily grow to $50, $100. So if you decide to test this yourselves, just be aware of this cost, okay? And again, please remember our deal and hit the subscribe button below, okay? All right, guys. Thanks for staying with me to the end. As you can see, Use Browser is a really cool tool. It's still a bit buggy, but while it's open source and it's still being developed, and it got quite popular after it was discovered that Manus was using it, is using it. But yeah, it's really nice. I'm gonna keep testing it, and I'm gonna try to bring new videos with some new use cases. All right. Thank you very much. Have an amazing day, a great weekend. Bye-bye.